Get on the train before it leaves the station. The truth train is coming, gonna run them down, run them down.
Hello there, folks. How you doing? Okay, so we're here with another segment of highlights from MaM-a-Thon. But this, to me, is a pretty special segment. To me, this is a special segment because, for me, this is a big part of why and how the support for Stephen and Brendan continues, and why it continues to gain momentum rather than lose it. Is a lot of the people you're going to see here, and some that you're not going to see here. But you will see them all throughout MaM-a-Thon if you watch the entire 48-hour event, or if you drop in on certain segments of the 48-hour event. You will see phenomenal people who are supporting Stephen and Brendan and justice for Teresa. Very strong, well-researched people all throughout MaM-a-Thon. But I chose to show off some things here in my final segment. My good friend Sharon Sunshiny, my trusty Ouija, as I call her, or my secretary on Scottish Independence, but that's another story for my other channel. Anyways, Sharon Sunshiny is here with me in this one, and then eventually my good friend Jamie Hart joins us, who many of you will know as Sam William Henry 582 from the Discord communities. Very well-liked guy by all. Like me, he doesn't like the drama and the fighting or and any bickering and that sort of stuff. So I dig that about Jamie. He's he's a voice of reason in the community, which sometimes the community needs. So, but this segment was just great. We had a lot of fun. Towards the end, we were just joking around and laughing and having a good time. And man, it was just a lot of fun. It's a rewarding experience when we finish MaM-a-Thon and everything. I mean, you're kind of buzzing for a while. You're still kind of up for a while. You're just like, I wouldn't say adrenaline, but like, you're just kind of, you're kind of on still for a while after it's done. It's quite a thing. And so that's why I was so glad that Stacy was there, and saying he was going to go live at the end of my segment. And that was a perfect little cool down from MaM-a-Thon, going over to listen to the soulful tunes of Mr. Stacy Seabrook. So there was just a lot of great things, but it's this community, right? It's community, and that's why I bring up the fact that Stacy Seabrook decided to go live at the end of MaM-a-Thon to give everybody somewhere to go for a really nice place to wind down. And that's part of, like I said, why this community is so great, why this community is so wonderful. And the people that make it up are kind people, reasonable people, that have legitimate concerns regarding these cases, but there are no answers coming. It's just a continued court battles and stalling and obfuscating. And so we all wait. We continue to wait for a court that is going to require some answers. So that's what we continue to wait for. But like I said, I want to show off this part of the community. Now, the funny thing is, Mr. Ripper Jack Media, who was another one of the hosts, folks, who I call Hollywood. I've been kind of messing with them and everything and calling them Hollywood. But the fact of the matter is that in this segment, I was kind of competing with him. You're not going to see here in this segment my interview with actor Dan Davies, but I did in my final segment talk with actor Dan Davies as well. So I was kind of pushing the Hollywood line, but fortunately Johnny's been so busy with Carol Baskins down in Florida, he hasn't really been busting my balls about it. So hey, there we go, right? So one of the benefits of being the dude, right? Yeah. Anyways, no. One of the downfalls, though, is you constantly have Mr. Capaldi micturating on your rug. Anyways, never mind. So, like I said, just one of the great things about this community, the way we all kid with each other and joke with each other, and the way we all work together to uncover more of the truth in not just Stephen and Brendan's cases, but some of the other cases we work. For instance, in my case, Scott Davis. But there are many others. David Thorne is another one that people care about. Several others. So here we go. this is going to show off a lot of the community, a lot of the new hosts that were part of MaM-a-Thon this year, as we expanded from 4 to 9. So we're going to see a lot of the hosts that were part of this, and we're going to see Mr. Brandon Maddox, musician Brandon Maddox, another piece that makes this segment slightly Hollywood, even though Johnny's too busy with Carol Baskins down in Florida. But anyway, but we have Brandon Maddox and his songs that he's written. One particularly for the Avery case, one that he didn't write for the Avery case, but that I think is beautiful and works very well for the Avery case, and another song that he's written that is just a brilliant song called Drive Me to Drink. So you'll be able to see that in this segment. I hope you guys will enjoy this. This is me showing off the MaM fam, as it's been called, or the MaM community, you know what I mean? MaM's being short for Making a Murderer. And I'll tell you what, all throughout the 48-hour weekend, we saw a lot of groupings of Glow MaM 2.0. You know, a bunch of groupings of Glow MaM 2.0s. For those that may be wondering what I mean by Glow MaM, you just have to remember Glow Wrestling, the gorgeous ladies of wrestling, and then so Glow MaM would be the glorious ladies of Making a Murderer. Except I originally dubbed Glow MaM on a certain group of ladies about a year ago and stuff, and but now that a bunch of people are rushing in, and as it turned out this weekend, a lot of groups of ladies, it appears we're getting a bunch of 2.0s that are beginning to appear, which is absolutely phenomenal and great, because like I said, I've been encouraging people to step up, and I mean, and since MaM-a-Thon, we're already getting 2 more channels popping up. That's Jane X, Sharper Than a Pencil, for those of you who are interested, and also Diane Lil Misty over on her new YouTube channel. So that's, I mean, I'm so proud of the support that's coming from the supporter community. People that have looked into the case and see obvious problems and aren't willing to allow them to be swept under the rug without proper consideration and scrutiny. And it's a beautiful thing. So I just want to show off some of these wonderful people to you right now. And as I say, I will leave a link to a playlist that starts from the beginning of MaM-a-Thon. It actually starts with the official promo that you get to watch the official promo for MaM-a-Thon, and then it goes into my first segment, and then it goes through segment by segment in order, to where you can watch the playlist. Now, I will put that link below. And now, that doesn't mean you have to sit down and watch the whole 48 hours in one go. But with that playlist, you can start watching one day, and then if you have to get up and go and do something else, you can pause the playlist and leave it in your queue, and then when you come back to it later, you can pick up where you left off. And you don't have to sit down and watch it in 48-hour go, but you can still kind of go over all of that great information again, if you see fit. So that's just another piece of advice from me. Let me go ahead and show off some of the community now, and I'll come back and talk with you a bit, maybe during or at the end here. So, alrighty, hello there, folks. Here we are, right on time. No dead air during MaM-a-Thon. Oh wait, well, we had a little bit. Sorry, we had a tiny little bit of dead air before Johnny's second segment. But hey, who's counting? You know what I mean? Hollywood, exactly. We love Hollywood, right? Hollywood Ripper.
Yeah, I like him.
Actually, to be honest, I'm probably going to be competing for his Hollywood title here in my last segment, folks. You know, but I have my good friend, my trusty Ouija here with me from Glasgow, Scotland. Miss Sharon Sunshine hanging out with me. Jamie Hart will be along here shortly. Hello, Sharon.
Hi. How you doing?
I'm good. Jamie Hart will be along here shortly. So those of you who know me, you know me, man, everybody. Well, you've seen how many more hosts there are this year. You know what I'm all about. You know, I'm all about the community and building it. And so I love the members. So that's what my final segment's going to kind of be about, along with a segment talking about the dogs. And we're going to be talking with Jeff Young and his dog Zoe. And we're going to be having a little chat about that sort of stuff. But you know, bookmark or bookended around that is going to be basically some fun stuff and some stuff that happens in the Making a Murderer community that I think we should all be proud of. And partially what I'm getting at with that is in about 15 to 20 minutes, we're going to be having Mr. Brandon Maddox coming in the studio here, folks. And those of you who know Brandon Maddox, he's a very, very talented musician, very hardworking young man who deserves success. I mean, there's not a single person I can think that deserves it more than this guy. He's just such a hard worker. He writes really good. He's going to be playing a couple of them for you. Wait till you guys hear "Drive Me to Drink," because that song that should be a single right now, playing across the country, in my opinion, because it's that good. And so we're going to be having him on here pretty soon. But so my last segment's going to be a lot about talking about people, the folks in the community, and like Sharon, like Linda, people that got, Linda, for instance, and Sharon recently has been getting pretty active on YouTube. But Linda was, one of the first ones after MAM-2 who, when I was talking about encouraging people to start a YouTube channel, Linda K. Listening, was actually, after being very afraid for some time, she jumped right up and boom, she got in, and now she's one of the loudest ones out there, and so you can't shut her up, which I love. So I mean, and we've seen more. We've seen the gentleman that you saw in the segment just before mine here, Mr. Andrew Whitehead. So we've also got more than that. Sorry, we have also had, and during this we've had Jerome, over there with the French Wrecking Crew. We've had some really, really great content, some really, really great guests. I mean, dude, how many people were moved by listening to those wrongfully convicted men in Tracy's segment?
Yeah.
Or, well, actually 2 men, and then there was the mom the mom of one wrongfully convicted individual. I mean, that was brilliant. And their stories are real, folks. It's like they're telling us where our system gets it wrong. They can point right to it. They can put their finger right on it. And that was brilliant. You see Adam Brazil with Johnny earlier, with Mr. Hollywood earlier. That was another amazing one. I mean, amazingly impressive Adam Brazil, in my opinion. And after everything he's been through, all the hardship, all the crap, the prison, being forced to take an Alford plea instead of being exonerated like he should have been. But that guy still got a freaking smile on his face, man. That guy's smile lights up a room. Dude, it's nuts. I mean, that's really something special. So we have Jamie here with us. He's made it.
How's it going, bud? Sorry, I'm having a smoke, so I'm not on camera right now.
No worries, buddy. So,
Hi.
Hi, Sharon.
Right. So
just so you guys know, when you're talking about people here, I did try to get T1 to come on.
Yeah.
But he sent me some message in Braille, and I didn't really understand it. So I tried.
Was it a message? Was it a voice message? No.
No, it was in Braille.
What was it? Snail mail?
No, Braille. like the touch feel type thing.
Touch feel. So it wasn't written on a ball?
No. I'm pretty sure there was an F and there was a U in there somewhere as well.
Future? Was it the word future?
Exactly.
Yeah. So this is what I was talking about, folks. Some of the community. This is my good friend Jamie Hart. A lot of you may know him, and main reason, a lot of big reason why I wanted him here is, number one, because he's one of the people that I'm really very close to in the community. Trust him more than a lot of people. And also because of our segment today is going to be, obviously, music is going to be involved here. He's very much into the music as well. He's been a big fan of Stacy Seabrooks, who all of you will know.
Absolutely.
And he even sent shipped an electric guitar to Raleigh last year to Stacy when Stacy was at Raleigh. And so he's always been in on the music end of it. And yes, Rhonda South, he also goes by Sam William Henry 582 on the Discord communities. So he's always been into the music and that sort of side of this stuff. So that's another reason why Jamie's here with me. But not only that, Jamie has been around since MAM-2, when I started going live pretty much every day for like 3 or 4 months straight. And the Wrecking Crew got created, basically. and all that kind of stuff was going on. Jamie was one of the ones that was there. He was one of the very most active ones from the word go. In there discussing the case for just months and months. We were all in those rooms. I mean, just constantly going at it. And Jamie's been one of the ones that have been there, so he's knowledgeable about the case. He knows what's going on. He's a very, very big fan of a lot of the other two YouTubers like Millbilly and Andrew and Foul Play and Dr. Silkman and all those folks you've seen this weekend that are just brilliant. So, how you doing there, Jamie?
Thank you, man. No, this year, granted, yet last year was amazing. This year blew the doors off of it. I mean, everybody. I tried to catch at least everybody's, even if it was not in my time zone.
Mm-hmm.
And we were all in the same boat, but I tried to catch everybody's for at least a little while if I could, set an alarm and get up and stop in and catch them. And this year was mind blowing, honestly. The guests, the knowledge, I mean, the conversation in all the chats was, I mean, besides me and T1 and, the usual, which everybody's used to, the chat there was a lot of great discussion going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Back in Hangouts back in the day.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And even we had great ones then too, but we were limited to the people.
Right. We got limited. Yeah. We hit 199 and suddenly, 199 and suddenly people were like messaging us through Facebook any way they could find us. I can't get into Hangouts, and and that's when the lovely Denise Rainey, who's been ghosting me, by the way. Yes, I'm shaming you, Denise, because you've been ghosting me, but I still love you. Anyways, but she and her son got together and created the Wrecking Crew Discord community. I mean, they created that server, built it up, and got it all started, and it was amazing. And that's what we did after Hangouts, because we hit that limit in Hangouts. So, but that's what it was like, though. I mean, more and more people were just pouring in every day, and I mean, we eventually hit that limit. So, all right, before Brandon gets here, I want to go ahead and talk a little bit to Sharon. So, Sharon, I want you to tell us a little bit about your process of making that wonderful video that you made for Teresa.
Oh God. Well,
let me ask you this: how much did you have to dig to get some of that stuff?
Well, I was about 6 months finding stuff, and just it was. I knew when I would have the right amount of stuff, and I never knew when MaM-a-Thon was going to be. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
But I had everything there, and I'd been like, right, when I've got enough stuff, I'll know I've got enough stuff. Mm-hmm. Or when the right time comes, I'll know I'll be able to do it. So I'd been working on it and finding, every time I found something on, like a group or something, someone saying something nice about Teresa, I was like, oh, keeping that, because it's hard to find things about Teresa, because everybody's so, any groups, they're always like, oh, we don't want you Avery loving people, coming in here. So when you go in and you're not, trying to cause trouble or something like that.
Right.
So it was nice to get stuff like that. But yeah. So yeah, it's I do that on my channel anyway. I like to do videos about the victims. So I kind of try and get to know them in a way, and that maybe sounds a bit daft, get to know them when they're gone, but try and get to know as much as I can about them, so that when I do a video, it feels, I don't know, it feels right, it feels genuine, I suppose.
Yeah, right.
And I hope it comes across that way. It's not just like somebody putting a load of things together and, expecting some fantastic result.
Right,
So,
right. Oh, it was beautifully done. I mean,
thank you.
Yeah, it was just really well done.
Oh, it was sad to do, but it was a pleasure to do, because she deserved something, that was there, that was hers, if you know what I mean.
Right. So, where did you find all that stuff?
Like in lots of groups. Just basically, I just like most of the time you can just kind of like put a name into like Facebook, and like you go through. There's like millions and millions and millions of things to look through, and it would be like I'd find, I'd just look up the, what it's like when you go on Facebook, you put up and like put in someone's name that says thing people are talking about such and such. So I just kept doing it periodically. I would just keep doing it, and because if you just try and Google Teresa, you won't find anything. You'll find the typical picture that's in Making a Murderer and all that sort of thing, but you won't find things. And I thought it'd be nice to get actually the words from the people that know her, because I could go on and talk about all the things like she went to Australia and all the different places, things that I'd learned, because I was learning things about her just like in the way that anybody could.
Yeah.
But I thought it'd be nicer to actually try and find the words of the people that actually knew her, and that might give more of a feeling. And I hope that's how that came across in the video, how much they miss her and things like that, so.
Right.
The story of her singing karaoke and stuff, it was nice to have,
Yeah. I remember the one about the. Well, I remember the one about the babysitting was the one.
Yeah,
that
chatting all the way home.
Right, and then like she lived, 10 minutes away, but it took me an hour to get home.
An hour to go home. Yeah.
Right. I thought that one was particularly moving.
Teresa might have had a bit of inner Ouija in her.
Yeah. So
wee chatterbox.
I just wanted to say real quick, folks, we've all been playing with StreamYards this weekend, and we all obviously have seen that, we've all come up with different things. You can now see that I have a brand up there in the corner. I stand with Brendan Dassey. For those of you who may believe that Stephen isn't mentioned in my ticker at the bottom, he is. That's what hashtag Work with KZ stands for, because that's what KZ's doing. She is working very, very hard on Stephen's behalf. Just wanted to point that out for anybody that maybe was a little bit confused about that. So, okay. And it looks like we got Mr. Maddox here ready. I'm all excited.
He's a good dude, and Meredith too. She's not a dude, but Meredith is awesome.
Happy birthday to Meredith, by the way.
Yeah, she's in there. She's getting ready to come play alongside of me today.
Oh, cool. So I was actually going to add one more song.
Okay.
I think you might have a YouTube window open. I was going to ask you to play Time Will Tell on You as well. Start out with that if you didn't mind.
I thought there might be an extra one that might come along the pike.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ask you to play Ooby Dooby, so you're off the hook there. So
well, thank God, because I couldn't do it. Still, still don't know that song.
How you doing, man? How you doing?
I'm great. Trying to keep my head up during the quarantine because of all the money I've lost on shows, but that's
right.
Part of what everybody's facing.
Yeah, folks, when it's not COVID-19 time, folks, this guy is a hard-working dude. He's working 9 to 5, right? Regular full-time job, right? And then trying to make your dream come true.
Promoting 9 to 5, promoting myself, or working some for my dad, doing some of what he wants, and so I do about 3 different things really with what I do. I have side business at work. Yeah.
So this guy is hustling, folks. You recently won a Josie Award, right? And that was obviously another feather in your cap. Obviously, you're moving up, and getting some respect. Obviously, there in that world, where you're trying to break through. So, I can't say it enough, folks. If there's anybody I want to see succeed, I'd love it to be this guy, because he is phenomenally hardworking. I've always seen that about him in the last couple of years since I've been talking with you and everything. So, anything you wanted to say to Brandon? Jamie?
Thank you thanks so much for having us on here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I subscribe to Brandon, and I watch him and Meredith go on quite a few of their shows. And if you guys ever get a chance when he does his Facebook Lives, he takes requests. And my favorite song of his, and many, kind of a bad thing, but Drive Me to Drink. The song is hilarious.
I love that song.
Absolutely hilarious.
Folks, that song should be playing on all of your radios across the country, in my opinion. It's that good, in my opinion. So, like I said, I hope this guy is a hardworking guy. He deserves to be successful. So I am hoping he will get there eventually. So
that's definitely a beach party song for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. We tried to release it last year, and we didn't use the correct promotional direction with it last year, and it kind of
Right.
didn't go so hot. But you know, we're trying to figure out, because every year is a new game with promotion on songs. And in one year it might be secondary market radio, and the next year it's Spotify playlist or something, and it just changes. It's continually moving target.
Right. I bet it's difficult. I bet it is. So, have you listened to Brandon's music there, Sharon?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like which one's your favorite?
See, it's hard to pick a favourite because I quite like them all.
Yeah.
That's a rubbish answer. The diplomat, is that the diplomatic answer? What was it? I think I like the one Time Will Tell on You. I think I like that one. Yeah,
That one is haunting.
Yeah, I think
yeah.
so. I think so. But then I think you either like the sound of someone or you don't, you know, and it's like it's hard to say, oh, I prefer that song to that song, you know, when you just
Yeah.
feel someone when they sing, you know, you just go, oh, you know, that's a good song. Oh no, that's a good song. Oh no, I prefer that one, but I still love the first one. You know what I mean? So
Yep, absolutely.
it's you know, take that as a compliment.
I tend to pick my favorite songs according to the lyrics. It's
Yeah,
like
me too.
if it's a good song and like I like the beat or whatever and everything, I'm listening to the lyrics, and the song gets better the better the story is. Or if it's humorous, it can be humorous, and it can you know, it depends how it strikes me, but you know.
That's why I love Johnny Cash songs.
For me.
That's why I love Johnny Cash songs, because you're listening away and you're hearing a story, and you know other people are just hearing the music. But I'm like, oh, you know. So
right. So what do you got going on right now, Brandon? I mean, what are you looking to? Obviously, you got probably COVID-19 in your extended future, and you're probably not sure where you're going to be playing next, I imagine, right?
That's right. Yeah, everything is kind of on hold until that, you know, kind of passes. We have shows that were booked out, you know, several months in advance.
Right.
And even we were going to head to Chicago at the end of this month. That had been on the books for 5 or 6 months.
Right.
And we just got an email from the head honcho, the booking guy there, because sometimes I'll work through one of his people, you know, and she'll do all the, you know, telling, okay, you need to be here at this time, and correspondence with me and the band. But this time the guy reached out and he said, we hate to do this, but this virus has caused us to have to, you know, not do the show. We want to reschedule down the road with you, but you know, we love you and all, but we really can't have you up at this time due to the virus.
Right. Well, I got to imagine most things like that where crowds are going to be getting together, they're going to be getting shut down. So.
Right. And it's always packed at those venues there. I mean, it's elbow to elbow, you know, kind of like what big name acts would have at the Chicago shows. It's very college age. Everybody's just in there, just jam packed.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. So, so are you, I guess you're probably going to be leaning pretty heavy then and more on your Facebook lives and getting on things like that just to get out there while this unfortunate period of COVID-19 is upon us.
Yeah. The Facebook Lives have been really a lifesaver in this time, because people have been donating, and we've been paying our bills with those donations from Facebook Live. Without that, you know, I do have, fortunately, if this virus had come along 3 or 4 years ago, we'd be really hurting because I wouldn't have my dad's money to lean on. So we got different streams of money now, but in the past, it was really rough. If you didn't, if we lost the shows, we'd be really hurting. I'd hate to think we would. Sure. Yeah.
Back in your humbler beginnings.
Could you imagine doing concerts now, though, Brandon? Like everybody out there singing back to you wearing a face mask? I think it would just look so awkward.
Yeah, that would be really weird to look out and see that for sure. But
play the guitar with a pair of gloves on, you know, that would be funny as well. Yeah. Yeah,
it'd be weird to have that going on, but at the same time, I would probably take it over where we are now, just because of the money, just because I could count on the venues paying me X number of dollars and how much is coming in. But you know, with the way it is now, you don't know how much people are going to give on Facebook Live. it varies. Sometimes they feel generous, sometimes they don't, and you're at the mercy of it.
Sure.
Hey, real quick, I'm watching chat while Brandon gets ready here to play, but we just had a question for Brandon from Master Crooner. He wants to know, or she, I think, if he has a home studio or what he uses to do finished recordings.
Yeah, so that's a good question. I really don't have a good home studio, which is kind of, I think, maybe held me back as far as some of the songwriting pitch things where you make demos to pitch to people.
Right.
And some people can make really fantastic, audio recordings, with their home studios these days. And you don't have to have necessarily something, people's ears aren't so much like this has to be a huge production anymore. But I use Doug Sizemore of Reba's band. So whenever I do like professional grade album tracks, stuff that I want to release to radio as a single, I call him up because I'm thinking I'm gonna have to put money behind this. It's gonna cost me, but this has to be professionally produced, way higher than my capabilities are for that.
Right. All right. Well, I think maybe a good time to move into time will tell on you. If you're ready.
Let's get Meredith to say hi to everybody.
Oh yes, let's do that.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to Meredith.
Let's get her.
Birthday to you.
Hello.
Hey everybody, thank you all for having us. We're glad to be here.
Happy birthday.
Thank you for being here.
So this
Awesome to have you.
song, go ahead.
I was saying, awesome to have you guys here. So
Yeah. The Time Will Tell on You song that I'm about to play is one where I'd written it years before, Stephen Avery and Making a Murderer, that hadn't come out. Making a Murderer hadn't come out yet. And I was just writing a song about a relationship more. And it turned in that after the Avery thing came out, I thought this is a good song for the Avery case. And so Rubber Ducky heard it too. I was kind of sending it everybody's way at that time.
yeah, right.
And she heard it and she really liked it. So it's kind of taken on a new meaning with time.
Yes,
And so,
I do recall that. By the way, when she used it and had a big live involving that and everything. Yeah, that was a good one. So
yeah. All right. Well, here it is. You can tell yourself and all our friends I was wrong and you were right. But your sins that happened in the dark will come out in the light. I'm not gonna waste my breath. I won't put up a fight. 'Cause the days are gonna whisper and the months are gonna talk until the years yell out the truth. And time will tell on you. When a train whistles far away, and when the cold wind blows, when the lightning in your eyes reveals the darkness in your soul, the world will be reminded of what it already knows. That the days are gonna whisper, and the months are gonna talk, until the years yell out the truth. And time will tell on you. No one may ever say a thing as surely as the seasons change. When you feel everything points at you, you're to blame. And the days are gonna whisper, and the months are gonna talk, till the gears yell out the truth. And time will tell, time will tell on you. It's gonna tell on you.
Oh, I love it, dude. I love it. You know, and I like it when you tell the story about that song, dude, of how you came up with it, because that song started out as a love song, or, well, a breakup song. Maybe.
Yeah.
You know, but either way, you know, it's both sides of the same coin, love and hate. But anyway, that's what it is. And the fact that it transitions, I mean, the words, you know, the days are going to whisper, the months are going to talk. You know, it's that's what the people in Wisconsin are dealing with, that have some culpability in this, folks. They're dealing with the fact that the days are going by and the months are going by, and we aren't going fucking away. We're still here. And so that is what's going to weigh on them. And so that's what I dig so much about that song, because it just transitions that its original meaning. It transcends it and really does have a true meaning with the Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey cases. So congratulations, man. It's a great song.
Thank you. Yeah, I can't wait till the months whisper and the days talk and everybody comes to justice on that. You know, they've been hiding it.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, if you can think about it, the first time that song was brought to us, and that just hearing that song made me start following you for your other music. That's how powerful that is. And I know that I'm watching chat, and you do have a lot of MAM fans that are following you on your other music as well. So
I'm so grateful for everybody doing that, everybody who's followed the other stuff, because you know it's something where, you know, I've put hours and years and, you know, a lot of my soul into songs. And you know, I remember when I wrote that one, it was something where I really had to go back and edit it and rewrite it. It didn't just come out in one sitting. It had a couple of different times that I had to get on that song. And so where some writers may write things very quickly and fast, I tend to, different ones are different animals for me, and I have to concentrate more on some. So it means a lot. It just means a lot to have people that check out the other stuff. When they hear one, they go researching what else has this guy got, and it's awesome to have you guys.
Right on, man.
Well, had I known that you were going to be on tonight, I would have on my Brandon Maddox shirt that I got from you.
That's great.
I was completely unaware.
We surprised for Jamie.
Did you get Drive Me to Drink? Is that the one you got already?
No.
Oh.
No,
trying
he
to think.
participated in the like GoFundMe type thing, and so he got the black waitlist brand match.
Yeah, it was weightless. Yeah.
Yeah, I do too now.
Yeah.
But yeah, he got that one. I wondered if he got the other one too. You know, we
Yeah.
got a new shirt. We just started working with a company, partly because, you know, people have been hurting so much, artists have been hurting so much, and it's hard for us to get the stimulus package because we don't have a, you know, long list of employees and documents we can send into our banks and get that stimulus package. So with that being said, you know, we needed more forms of money coming in, and besides just Facebook Live. And a company reached out and they said, hey, you know, would you like to partner with us? And you won't have to have any inventory. We'll handle all the inventory, so you don't have to have in your own house.
I'm posting a link for that website right now, folks. Go ahead.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
please.
you.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
very much.
I am getting the Drive Me to Drink shirt for sure.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I'm gonna get one too.
Get buying, everybody.
I love the
get
song, but the shirt is even better. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or, you know, you can claim the song if you got the shirt. It's a lot easier too.
You need one with the words on it. He needs one with the words on it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you need like a whole few on the back.
Right. The whole, yes, there you go. All the verses on the back. Yeah, there you go.
It's a good idea. New range idea for you.
Yeah,
Or are they written upside down?
that's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
or have them look blurry, so you know
Blurry,
it's like double vision is kicked in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a marketing meeting, folks. It's cool, Anyways, no. So, all right. So let's get into talking about now. You obviously watched Making a Murder. You have great passion for the cases and everything, and eventually you did sit down to write a song specifically for Stephen and Brennan, which you're going to be playing here in a minute. But tell us a little bit about your process with writing MaM-a-Thon.
Yeah, a lot of times it's kind of like the idea comes to me and the title comes to me first, and that's kind of what happened with MaM-a-Thon. Right. So I was thinking, those people just need to man up there. I mean, they need to stop being, pansies and start being good, come forthright with this stuff. And so I started thinking about that, and I thought, MaM-a-Thon has some good alliteration with it, and it sounds good. It rolls off pretty good. And then I start thinking, what can I rhyme with Manitowoc? And so I was like, I'm not going to be able to rhyme Manitowoc perfectly. How do you, hand in the walk? I mean, what are you going to rhyme with Manitowoc?
Yeah. Did pretty well.
I just started thinking it's going to have to be something where it rhymes with walk, and that's going to have to be it. So
right.
Then I just, kind of worked out from that. I knew that'd be my chorus. And so I started thinking, man up Manitowoc, and what else do we need to say with that? Just come out with it, stop hiding it, stop being adolescents about it. And then you just start thinking, letting your brain go wild. That's what I do. Just kind of let my brain go crazy with it. And then eventually, after saying the words over and over, you get a melody for it. You kind of get a, I like the shirt there, Jamie.
There it is. You got it.
That's beautiful.
True supporter, man.
So then I just started singing it, and it came to me, and I was like, okay, so I'm going to kind of make this a rockin' one. This isn't going to be as country. I was kind of thinking Bon Jovi-ish as far as the style goes and the production. And a lot of times that's what happens is I'll hear the whole entire production in my head. Mm-hmm. I'll hear the instruments, the guitar parts and everything going on. Mm-hmm. And so it kind of came to me like that. I just sat down, and then comes the grind. After your brain goes wild and you think of things, then you just have to sit down one day and take that and just kind of beat it, just kind of beat it into submission. And that's what I did over a couple of days. And then I might get to a place where I'm blocked up about it. And I'd say, well, it's enough for today. I need to come back some other time fresh and look at it again. It's just a process.
Yeah. Right. So, all right. Well, I know you finished writing it. You sent it over to me and everything. And I know I was listening to it and I actually instantly liked it. And, but I could tell that, I don't know. I just love talking about this particular story, but I could tell when you had sent it to me, you were full of energy. It was like, and I loved the song and I loved the energy and everything, but I think it was because you were early in the process. It seemed like you were rushing it a little. And so you eventually just kind of slowed it down a little bit, and then it like gelled. It was perfect. But yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I knew it was fast. And a lot of times when I, write songs, I know that they're not quite there yet. Right. And you were kind of part of the process to tell me what I already knew, Rich. Yeah. So sometimes that's what happens is, I just need somebody to affirm what I already believe.
Yeah. And make sure you're not crazy, right?
Yeah, make sure I'm not crazy about that. So I slowed it down, and I also changed a little bit of the words after that too, and tried to just make it flow better because I knew something just wasn't quite clicking on all cylinders. And that just comes with time and stuff.
Yeah, it did. And you didn't have to slow it down much. I mean, I think it was you became less eager to jump from verse to verse. There was just a little bit of a break in there that kind of made the song kind of just work better. So I thought it was great. So, Some of you may be wondering what song we're talking about. Maybe you've never heard it before. A lot of you probably have, because I've had him on before and I've had him play the song. But here we go. Brandon's going to play MaM-a-Thon for us.
Yeah. Tell me, how long are you gonna keep up the charade? You're light and covered up, that's why you're lying in this bed you made. The truth is coming out, you might as well come clean. You framed an innocent man and now your picture doesn't fit you. Your gun's blowing smoke, but you're denying it. So bite the bullet you claimed was his. Get some guts and admit what you did, and man up, MaM-a-Thon. Let's hear it from your lips and see you on the talk. We've had enough childish games, Michigan. The world wants to know if you've got the stuff to man up, MaM-a-Thon. So you took a man's life for a life it didn't take. Ground her in a cell. What difference does it make? Framing somebody should really be a crime. Instead you hide like sissies behind your cronies. Step out and prove you got the cojones to man up, MaM-a-Thon. Let's hear it from your lips and see you on the dog. We've had enough childish games, Michigan. The world wants to know if you've got the stuff to man up, MaM-a-Thon. The way you bungled the clues with no choice to think that you're in on it too, and the real killer's still on the loose. How can you sleep when the best that you had in this case was a coerced confession? You say you're so sure was his answer. Was it yours to the $36 million question? Don't you man up, MaM-a-Thon. Let's hear it from your lips and see you on the dog. Clean house right down to your last crooked car. You've blown it, now won't it? Wisconsin bottom to top. It's time you got on it and man up. Your judgment day is come, MaM-a-Thon.
Yep, I love it, dude. I love that one. I just
Hey,
dig
give it up to Meredith on percussion though, too.
That's the first time we just learned it like moments before we went live.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, thank you for the compliment, Jamie. I needed it.
You could get that by on some other people if they haven't watched your live or your Facebook lives. I've seen her on them. She's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, she didn't play music till about 2015. She really kind of dabbled with guitar, but was just having fun with it, And then we got married on the beach in 2015 in Florida.
We eloped on a tour, is what.
Yeah, we eloped. And so her parents were a little upset. Mine were fine. But after that, she said, we can go to Guitar Center and get some percussion instruments. And that way, we won't be apart. That way we can tour together and be together. And that's how that happened.
Yeah, pretty much. And then I had a much smaller drum that I played until just a couple months ago. So I'm still getting used to playing this big cajon because the sounds are actually switched. So what I learned to do with my right hand is now in my left hand. So even though I really didn't know what I was doing, now I have to think in reverse, try to do it all over.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's one way that helps you remember it and learn it better. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
So
Now she knows it backwards and forwards.
Right.
right on. Okay, so I've got some other guests lined up, but I really do want everybody to hear "Drive Me to Drink" before you go. So I was hoping you might play that for us now.
Absolutely.
Alrighty.
All right. And this comes from, quick story. Just comes from basically my friend had an idea, "Drive Me to Drink," and I was like, that sounds like a hit. I said, what do you think do as far as the idea of the song? He said, just like that passionate, fiery relationship that you have, and it's great for the moment, and then you fight, and then you make up, and you fight to make up. So it has all those things in it. I thought, that sounds commercial, man. Let's go with it, and let's write the best we can on it. So me and my friend Adam wrote this next song, "Drive Me to Drink."
Right.
I don't get behind the wheel with Jack Daniels riding shoddy. I watch Netflix, kick back and chill when I've had a few hot toddies. I hate to say you make me crazy, but you bring me to the brink. I don't drink and drive, but you drive me to drink. Hot and cold, man, it gets old when love stops being new. You put your best foot forward, but what the hell did I slip into? You and I are like fire and ice, up is down and black is white. The only reason we make up is to start another fight. I don't get behind the wheel with Jack Daniels riding shoddy. Watch Netflix, kick back and chill when I've had a few hot toddies. I hate to say you make me crazy, but you bring me to the brink. I don't drink and drive, but you drive me to drink. It's a tug of war, we both want more. Love, we love, we hate. Retreating back once we've attacked, no white flags ever raised. Swear we die without each other, can't live with what we got. So mad you're cute, I gotta drop my boots and pick up one more shot. I don't get behind the wheel with Jack Daniels riding shoddy. I watch Netflix, kick back and chill when I've had a few hot toddies. I hate to say you make me crazy, but you bring me to the brink. I don't drink and drive, but you drive me to drink. You're like the bottom of this bottle, I don't want to see. I breathe you in like cigarettes, I know you're bad for me. Yeah, I know you're bad for me. Well, I don't get behind the wheel with Jack Daniels riding shoddy. It's Netflix marathons and chill when I've had a few hot toddies. I hate to say you make me crazy, but you bring me to the brink. I don't drink and drive, but you drive me to drink. I don't drink and drive, but you drive me to drink. I don't drink and drive, but you drive me to drink.
Awesome, dude. I freaking love it, man. You're right. That is your hit. That should be your hit. That thing should be playing everywhere. I love it.
I agree. Thank you so much.
And like I said, you're working hard enough, dude. It's gonna happen for you. It's hard for me to believe it won't, man, because I can't think of somebody who deserves it better. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. And the fans are where it's at for us. We just, if we don't have those fans, we can't do anything. It's really boils down to those, to everybody out there sharing the videos, sharing our music, getting everybody into it. And we don't have that going on. It's not going to happen, unfortunately. But we hope that everybody keeps sharing it and keeps enjoying the music and turning people onto it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, folks, if you're not already following Brandon Maddox out there, sorry, go ahead, Jamie.
Oh no, I try to promote it everywhere I can.
There you go.
Yeah, Jamie's out there doing that. I can see him sharing stuff, and thank you, Jamie, for making that happen. I appreciate that.
Hopefully,
Sorry, go ahead, Jamie.
Hopefully it helps. That's all I'm saying.
Right on, right
I
on.
keep going to jump in and then I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, he's jumping back. No, I was just going to say best of luck to you with everything. I really do hope you get
Thank you.
not success, but the recognition you deserve. Because success is a different thing. You know what I mean?
And hopefully we'll be able to come to the UK at some point and get over there.
To Scotland, yes, come to Scotland.
Yeah.
We'll love you. We'll love you in Scotland.
She's a very proud Scot. That's why she had to make that distinction. For
Yeah,
you.
I did.
I
Yeah.
get her. Yeah. We're not English over there.
Yeah, right.
All right. So, folks, if you don't know who Brandon is, if you've never seen him before, and this is your first time, like you just fell off the turnip truck, so go check him out. It's got some great stuff. And like I said, guy's working really hard. He deserves to be successful. So if you dug his stuff tonight, go check him out. So thank you for being here, Brandon. And
thank you so much for having me, Terry Cozy. Thank you, Sharon and Jamie for.
Thanks.
And happy birthday, Meredith.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Good to see you guys.
Take care.
Good to see you, buddy.
We'll see you.
All right.
Well, thank you for that surprise. I didn't. I would have already had my shirt on if I knew he was coming on.
That was nice, wasn't it? That was nice.
Absolutely.
It
They're
really
good
was.
people.
Okay, Jerome, I'm sorry I didn't see your question in time, but we'll talk to Brandon another time and we'll ask.
Oh, Eric Cozy, someone said away far up in the chat, don't go way back up, but someone asked, is that a Glaswegian accent that they could hear? Right? And I thought I would point it out to
spotted.
you. Yes, it is. It is well spotted. Well spotted. I don't know if they're still there, who it was that said it. But I didn't want to interrupt you when you were on your flow, you know. So, but I thought it was quite funny.
Let's see. All right. I've gotten a little bit mixed up here. So I guess let me bring in two of my guests here real quick and have a little conversation with them and ask them what they think. Hello there, Magilla and Rule.
Hi, Cozy. Hi, Sharon.
Hi, Magilla.
Hi,
I must admit, how you doing, Magilla? I must admit that I got a little bit goofed up because Andrew asked me to go early, and so I'm supposed to have Dan Davies on, and so I don't know. How do you guys feel about maybe giving me another half hour to talk to Dan Davies? I don't know. I know you might have to go to bed, Rule, so this may be a deal breaker for you.
Oh no problem.
You're good?
I will stay up late. No problem at all.
Awesome. Okay. So if you guys, is that okay with you, Magilla? Alrighty. So that was my segment there with Brandon Maddox. So I encourage everybody over and give him a look. Check him out on Facebook. He has a Facebook page. They do live little performance events on the page fairly often. So if you want, go over and show him your support. I'll say it again. Guy's very hard worker. He works very hard. He hustles. He very much wants to make his dream of being a country star basically kind of come true. And when I see the kind of hustle and drive and work ethic that the guy has, I really am rooting for him. So everybody go check out Brandon Maddox. I'll leave some links down below for you. All right. Now you saw coming in at the end there, you saw Magilla and Rule. And they're definitely another part of the community. But they were coming in for a part in the middle of my final segment where we talked about the dogs and the dog tracks and the stuff with Jeff Young and his dog Zoe, who some of you may know. And then after that bit, we came back out of it on the other side with some more of the supporters and mainly the hosts from the weekend. So you'll see me coming up in the next bit, just basically talking with a lot of the people that were involved with MaM-a-Thon over the weekend and stuff, and we get into talking about Stacy, and then I'm gonna go ahead and play. I'm gonna put in 3 songs that Stacy played in his little close off live at the end of MaM-a-Thon. I'm gonna play you 3 songs from it here, so you guys can sing along a little bit if you want. Alrighty? Okay, so let's get into the second segment here. This will be after my talk with Rule and Magilla and Jeff Young and Zoe. And it'll be when we're getting ready to go into basically what is about the final hour of MaM-a-Thon. So here we go.
That was all very interesting, and the dogs get when you start talking the dogs, it gets crazy just how many questions are out there. I mean, they're flying, and I couldn't even keep up trying, just because it takes more. It takes more explanation. It's not just cut and dry.
So, Ripper, where you at? Get your sorry Hollywood butt in here, dude. Jeez. Slacking. Paul, since you're still awake.
Make it so.
Oh, there's Ripper. All right. Uh-oh, wait. I got to wait for his devices to connect. Come on. Your guests will need to connect their mic and cam before you can add them to the stream. Johnny's having technical difficulties. Yeah, where's Andrew? I'll take Andrew. Where's he at?
Yeah, I couldn't be here in the opening one because I had to be in my bed because I was up early.
Yeah.
So we're coming on. So.
I think Ripper's retrying. Hopefully his devices will be connected this time. There he is. Hey, what's up there, buddy?
Sorry. I had to actually unplug my stuff and replug it back in. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, that was weird. It's so weird. Just telling me that your devices weren't connected. I'm like, oh, damn it.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? I was trying it wouldn't work.
All right, so here we are bringing MaM-a-Thon to a close. Obviously, it was a great weekend. A lot of great stuff. A lot of, the hosts really had a lot of great stuff. Every host had very interesting stuff. I don't know how many people got to see Stacy Seabrook over in the middle of the night over on Jerome's channel, but I got to watch a bit of that before I, unfortunately went comatose. But what's up, Paul? How's it going, buddy?
What you wanting this time?
Hey, did you have a good MaM-a-Thon, buddy?
Yeah.
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 Get a lot of good information out there. Enjoy your guests.
Yes. I love a very what's the word? Cosmopolitan from Australia, Canada. All around the world.
Australia, huh, Paul?
Sorry?
Speaking of Australia.
Contraband.
Also, it was nice to use your studio. Sorry about the whiskey gone, but
yeah, right.
I bet Paul's drunk. He's been drinking for since all day long.
He's probably had a few whiskeys. He's probably had a few drams.
Well, you see, but you see, the thing is, we can't inject or ingest disinfectant. So the best cure is alcohol. Alcohol will get rid of COVID. So
the Purell, right? There you go.
40% blood.
I hear you, Paul.
That's a lie. Kids have been eating Tide Pods here for the past 2 years.
Tide Pods, yeah. Tide Pods are on the way back. Anyways. So, all right. Well, so was it fun for you, Johnny? Obviously, your first MaM-a-Thon. You weren't part of it last year. What were some of your takeaways?
Yeah, it was fun. It was great. It was real fast, though. I mean, both segments, the 3 hours just flew by. Like, you would think, okay, 3 hours, I'm going to have to get all this information together, but it just boom, 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 boom. It just went by so fast, and I didn't expect it to go by that fast, but that's good that it wasn't just dragging on, but it was spectacular. And, I loved talking to Michelle and Diane from Australia and England. I mean, it's really cool that we can sit here and especially me out in the middle of nowhere where I can talk to someone from Australia or England or Ohio, like Mitch. And, that's great. And then, of course, talking to Adam. I mean, Adam's story is so tragic, I mean, I'm just glad that he was on, and, I got to, after this show, after mine, I got to send Aaron his story, his information, I mean, all that stuff is good. If we get, someone like, especially like Aaron involved with Adam's story. Oh man, that's that's huge because he still has a long way to go. I mean, he had to agree to a felony assault.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even there. I mean, like, he's innocent of it, but he had to agree to that. And that's not the way our justice system is supposed to work.
Right. Exactly.
I
mean, it's like when things like that happen, people say things like, "Oh, well, how do you think all these departments or how all this, different departments, all these different officers?" It's like all compasses point north. Look, most of them found out there was something found that was incriminating, and they didn't question it. They just believe what their brothers were telling them, and they just go along. A lot of it is just them going along. It's not actually any conscious. Sometimes for a lot of them, it's not a conscious decision they're making. It's just all compasses point north, and they just go along with the flow.
Right, and somebody has to step up sometimes. Like, if you're in law enforcement and you see another officer violating someone's rights, as a law enforcement officer, they should step up and say, hey, hold on, buddy. Like, what they're doing is perfectly legal. Like, they need to step up and enforce the law and protect the rights of the citizens. But in so many times in these cases, you see all these people just turn and look the other way, and they allow it to happen. And that's not what they're paid to do. They're paid to serve. They are public servants. They are supposed to serve the public, not take their freedoms away.
Right.
Don't get me started on that. I won't ever be able to go to sleep tonight. I'll be so mad. But I really like talking to Adam. I mean, of all the guests, I mean, he's the one that, I mean, it was just really a pleasure to visit with Adam and see his smile, his attitude. I mean, if anybody's feeling down, man, go look at that guy's Facebook page. And I mean, how can you feel down after you know what that guy went through, and then he has such like positivity? I mean, that was a good experience for me. I think that's the highlight of the show for me was Adam. Did we lose our host?
Oh, he's like Jerome in.
All right, great. We have Jerome. That's great.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Jerome's not as picky. Hey, I think Carol had a cat named Nirvana. Carol Baskin. Yeah.
Really?
So maybe Jerome's involved with Carol Baskin.
Maybe.
Now, did you get some sleep, Jerome?
I have sleep 6 or 7 hours during the MaM-a-Thon, so I'm tired, but I don't want to miss the end of the MaM-a-Thon, and I would like to say that was really amazing and very, very big emotional for me, because it was a great moment with great person and great guest, and all the hosts was really great, and they do the job. And I would like to thanks again all of you and this guy there, Mr. Cozy. Thank you very much, dude, again, and thank you to all of you, and that's all for me. What can I say? Much. It's
Jerome. Remind us again. What's the Belgium for a cold ass honky?
It's down. It's an Eric Cozy.
Eric Cozy.
I don't know where this is going.
At least my t-shirt doesn't smell like pish.
Yet.
Well, that is true. I'm the dude, and Mr. Capaldi is continuously looking for a chance to micturate on my rug. So,
Is that a red rug? Like Paul's?
So, obviously, what stuck out to you this weekend, Miss Sharon Sunshine?
Well, that sounded awful, kind of like doom and gloom there, the way that I said that. Just well, no, just the way that everybody just all pulled together, and it was great. I mean, this is the first time I've been a host on MaM-a-Thon, but obviously I was there last year and helping out, and getting no sleep. So it was a bit different this year, having to, not do the crazy mod thing, as having to concentrate and being on the next day. It's like you have to kind of, your priorities change. And I mean, when I say that, it's 3:45 now, but you know me, that does time's okay for me. But I mean, it's really just great the way everybody just pulled together, and just the way that we're just all there for each other, and because we're all doing it for the guys, so it's great. It's great that we can all just all have we all have our own different ideas, for our shows and stuff like that, but we've all got the same vision of wanting, to put our hearts out there. Yeah. Yeah, do you know, I've got my heart necklace on for Ziggy as well. Yeah, I know, he's Ziggy.
So
it's for Ziggy.
Folks, to remind everybody out that this event was also in memory of Ziggy, who was a big part of MaM-a-Thon last year, big part of helping us plan it, big part of helping us. I mean, she was, like I said, making those stickers I showed you at the beginning of MaM-a-Thon in my first segment, and she was handing those out as incentives to get people to donate, and so that if they donated, she would send them a sticker. I mean, she was Johnny on the spot, ready to take on whatever task needed to be dealt with, and we miss her dearly. So,
you do. I was nearly going to point behind me to the sign saying, "We all live in Avery Road," forgetting that I'm not in the other room.
Right. Yeah.
I've forgotten I've changed where I am. I was like, that was there before. Not there now.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, Tracy, you got anything to say over there?
Well, I do. Let me know if there's any feedback. As you guys got any feedback right now?
It's okay to me.
No, it sounds fine.
Okay to me.
Wait, hold on.
Is this where we get in trouble?
I am having a lot. Maybe it's not just my headphones.
I feel like I'm about to get in trouble.
In and out for me. Oh, wait, hold on. So this is even worse. Yeah, the sound keeps cutting in and out, and I can't understand anybody. But I thought maybe it was the jack on my iPad, but I unplugged, and it's still crappy.
Okay, so you're having
YouTube's not open.
Hold on. It's even worse now. Let me put my headphones back on. Go ahead.
We can hear you just fine, or I can hear you just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, yeah, the sound is cutting out. It's just really weird. And I don't want to go upstairs to my computer because stairs are just not my friend right now.
Yeah.
So,
well, everybody can hear you. So
anyway, I'll say what I have to say. That's why I'm not on video. I just wrecked myself after yesterday, so having kind of a rough day. I need to say thanks to everybody. Obviously, the hosts go, you guys put in a lot of time. You're on air a lot of time, and even though it's just like River said, it's like it goes so much faster than you think. I mean, I did 4 hours, and it just went by so fast I couldn't believe it. It was just like I still ran out of time with each guest. I could have probably did at least another half hour with each one, and it's just crazy how that works. I mean, I could have been on for 6 hours easy. So I did say that I should get an award for having the longest segment and not needing to excuse myself for anything.
She's talking about me. She's talking about me going to the bathroom, right? I knew I was going to get in trouble. I know it.
Coffee too. So I mean,
I did. Well, let me just tell you the reason I did that. Okay, because Nosy and Jinx kept saying they were so nervous that they didn't want to go on, and I think, like with Eric Jose, that those two should have their own channel and they should be in front talking about this stuff all the time. So I did that on purpose.
To do it for a while, but
I left them in charge so that they could just be there and see that it's not that hard to do. So that was one of the reasons I wanted them on there. And
so calculated.
Yeah.
And honestly, I wasn't even thinking of you, to be honest. I said it was just in general. I know a couple times I see hosts,
I
like,
just
go out for the
incriminated
door or
myself.
whatever, or go out for a second, which I totally understand, because I kept thinking, my gosh, if I have to go to the bathroom, what the hell am I going to do? Because like, it's just me, and it's 4 hours. So anyway, just trying to lighten the mood. So yeah, again, thank you to the hosts. You guys did a great job. Thank you to the guests. Obviously, we had some phenomenal guests this year. Thank you to the moderators who last year were the unsung heroes, and this year it's the same. Obviously, Julie and Fen are in a lot of them. I mean, Jane is in so many of them. Jamie and T1 were both in just about every chat I saw. Rhonda, One Strand. I know I'm going to forget people. I don't know, but whoever I'm forgetting, I'm sorry. I don't mean to forget. Linda did double duty as a mod and as a host.
Yeah, don't start the list.
I am not
Dark
going to be able to
side of the
understand you
moon
guys, so
was there
sorry.
too.
Don't worry.
I really wish you weren't cutting out so I can understand what people are saying.
Yeah,
I can't. Let's see.
ahead,
Also,
go
I'm
ahead.
trying to think what else I wanted to say.
Everybody start
So
talking
yeah,
at
so the
once.
moderators, yes. I need to say a big thank you, and I did this on my stream, and I don't know if everybody saw it, but Tanya Henry did a great job for us this year in getting some of our guests. She got all three of mine, Doreen and Ricky and Jason, and she got Sydney for air cozy a half hour before we went on. So it was like really last minute. And then of course Adam for
right
Ripper there, because I would have loved to have done the interview with Adam, but I overbooked myself already and I couldn't do it. So I have to say thank you to Ripper for doing such a good job with that interview. When I couldn't do it myself.
I say you're a lucky bastard, Ripper.
And then let's see.
I was. I agree.
What was that?
I said I think Ripper was a lucky bastard.
Anyway. I agreed.
I was, and I'll take lucky any day of the week.
You know what? I am going to go out and come back in on my phone, because then maybe I can hear you guys, because this is driving me crazy.
Okay,
so I'll be right back.
Yeah, give it a try.
All right. So should we trick her when she comes back? Should we all start going? When she comes back, let's do that to her. It'd be good for her heart. So let us know. Let us know before you let her in, and we'll all just start talking like that.
All right.
Oh God, I'm going to be in so much trouble by her and by Nancy Grace. I'll never live it down, especially with Nancy Grace or One Strand. Oh my gosh.
I nearly died when you said that earlier on. That was just so funny.
I know. I knew I was going to catch hell from her when Linda said, "Come on at noon," and I turned on and she was there. I was like, "Oh no!" I'm like, "Okay, well, it's time to face the music." Yeah,
brother.
I'm gonna. I know. I'm gonna be in trouble.
On Twitter the other night.
Yeah, I mean, like, I might just go someplace else tonight to sleep, because I don't know. She might know where I live. I don't know. There's just with all these.
Hi.
Can you?
You actually were already talking before I was added.
Oh, we didn't know.
So nice try. I could hear before you guys started doing that. It actually is still cutting out a little bit, but it's not cutting out as bad as it was.
Oh, not as bad as you're making it seem.
Yeah.
Well, we tried.
Thank you, though. Thank you for that. Like, I wasn't annoyed enough with myself that I couldn't hear.
Oh.
How you doing there, Paul?
You guys are funny. Let's see. Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, you're fine. We're all so tired.
It is still cutting in. See, I can tell the background sounds are still cutting out, so that's why I know it's still cutting out, but it's not as bad. I can sort of understand. I don't know why I'm having this issue. Oh no, that just got bad again. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, folks. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh.
gonna have to go out and come on. I'm gonna have to go back and try my laptop. I do not know what the deal is right now. Thank God this didn't happen yesterday.
No, we can hear you just fine, Tracy. FYI, we can hear you fine.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, and
Yeah,
you're
but
like
then we're
you're
gonna
better
start-
than you were when I was on my iPad, but not as great. But stop it.
Is she talking about me?
Well, anyway. No, you were just fine. I could just hear you perfectly, but it keeps going in and out still. And now it looks like everyone's just staring into space.
Well, you can. Well, everybody out there can hear you, Tracy. So if you want to just,
I know you guys can hear me, but I can't hear you. That's the problem.
I know. Well, I know.
So okay, well,
once
I'll
you
just
start talking.
yeah, I'll just
These
talk.
clowns will start jumping in. But anyway.
Well, that's the problem, though. It's like when I'm talking and then also you see somebody's mouth move. It's like, well, did you say something and I didn't catch it? Okay, I'm trying this again. I'm leaving again, and I'll be back. I'm gonna go on my laptop.
All
If
right.
that doesn't work, screw it. I'm talking, and then you can say anything until I'm done.
All right, so we have to be quiet when she comes back. Finn's telling it in the chat. You guys all be quiet and let Tracy say her thing. So if we don't do that, she's going to start a new podcast, and it might be called like 85 More Things. She'll put us as one of those extra things in there. You don't know. Well,
Maybe.
Oh, gosh.
Or it'll be the school marm. Anyway. No.
Oh, no, she's here. Oh, no, Nancy's here. I didn't know she was here, but she's here. I see her in the chat.
She's she's there.
Yeah, I think I got to
so she must have missed it.
It's time for me to go. I'm just kidding, One Strand. I'm just kidding. You don't look like Nancy Grace. Totally. Just a little bit. No.
And you
she
don't
looks
want
like-
to go now rip her anyway, because Fen will think it's because of her.
She looks like Trisha Yearwood. That's who she looks like. If you look up Trisha Yearwood from the 90s, that's who One Strand looks like. Just Google Trisha Yearwood 1990s, and they look just alike. They really do.
Busted.
Yeah,
again?
I am. Well, that's what I get.
Now we're waiting for Tracy's laptop to boot up.
Oh, she have to boot it up too.
I would imagine.
All right, so how much sleep did everyone get? Like, I want to know how much, because I woke up pretty early this morning, but then I fell asleep. Like I was going to get up, and then I just crashed.
I did that yesterday. Today I actually stayed up all day. I crashed for 3 hours. I woke up early, was up for about an hour and a half or two, and then just crashed, and I was out for 3 or 4 hours, and then was back up. Today I was up all day.
What about you, Sharon? Because I saw you on all the time. It seems like. Did you sleep?
I know. Well, I have disturbed sleep anyway, usually, so it worked out fine. I just kept my phone on. I just kept going on, and so yeah, I got a few hours. Sort of. I tried to go make sure I was on everyone's to at least even
Yeah, because
not show face, but show comment.
I saw you
at
a
least.
lot. I was like, she's not sleeping at all. She's all
No, I was.
over.
I got a wee sleepies in between. So, wee sleepies.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay, well, I can actually hear you guys now. So
Okay.
I don't know what was wrong with my phone and my laptop.
You can understand when we're taking the piss while you're talking. So, all right.
Yeah. I just need to turn
Dude's
up.
idea. Dude's idea.
Was it? Was it my idea? Really?
What?
To take the piss. I think Johnny started. A ripper there. Hollywood
I
started.
knew it. I knew. Once again, I'm in trouble again. Once again.
It just finds you, dude. What are you going to do?
I had to do it for the team. I had to do it for Nosy and Jinx. I just stood right over here and was listening. Did you hear me? And I was like, 80 more things. I never even went. I was just standing there watching them talk. That's what I did.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Tracy. I'll listen.
Is it my turn still?
Yeah, it's your turn. Sorry.
Okay, well, now that I can. What?
Kidding.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
now that I can actually talk, I said again, I already think I want to thank Tanya Henry, and I started doing that before, but she helped get us the guests. I told her that she needs to be our booking agent in the future because she got us some amazing guests. So thank you, Tanya, if you're watching. I'm not sure if you are. As far as the donations go, okay. First, I said from the beginning, this was not meant to be a fundraiser. We were going to encourage people to donate because it was a nightmare with the fundraising last year. This year ended up having snags as well, because no matter what we do, there's always snags with this stuff. People want to know what the totals were, and I was like, we're not getting that information. We asked people to send in their donation receipts. Not very many people were doing that, and then all of a sudden, the total, like their accounts were maxed. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. Now, is it unheard of that they could have maxed out in one day? No, because we made that much last weekend, this time, all weekend last year. So it's possible. I thought it was a little improbable, to be honest, because, people overseas couldn't donate, but I can't figure out why else their accounts would say that they were maxed when it's a $2,900 per day limit. So that's why I was like, well, we probably brought in a lot more money than I thought we were going to, and my thought was maybe people were more comfortable donating this year because it was going straight to the guys and there wasn't the middleman in between. We do have a lot of new supporters, especially since this quarantine's been going on. A lot of people have watched Making a Murder for the first time. So there's a lot of new supporters. So that could be it. But I also didn't want to end up being in a position where we're saying, well, we made $5,000 in one day. And then all of a sudden find out later that, no, you made like 500. And then it looks like we were trying to lie or trying to, fool anybody. And honestly, we're not. We just have no way of knowing for sure. And that's why I said, all I can say for sure is that I know yesterday they hit or very close to their day. They're a couple $100 short of their daily limit. Today, we haven't had that problem. They haven't hit the daily limit as far as we know. Nobody's had any issues. So again, it's very possible we did hit the limit yesterday. Didn't get as many donations today. But as far as totals go, I do not know. It could be anywhere from $600 to $6,000. Don't really know. I'm not sure we will ever know exactly because as far as I'm concerned, once it goes in the guys' canteens, it's their business. It's not ours. So I'm not really sure I feel comfortable asking either one of them, well, how much did you make over the weekend? Honestly, they'd probably tell me, but I don't know if I feel comfortable telling everybody else that because, again, that's kind of the point of it going directly to them because then nobody else really knows how much money they have in there. And it's kind of their thing. So if anybody has a problem with that, feel free to message me and we'll talk about it. But I'm going to tell you right now that once it's in there, it's there. Everybody that donated knows it went directly to them. So how much they got, whatever, it shouldn't really matter. Because there's no question now that we have the money, we haven't deposited it. No, everything that you sent in, went to the guys and it's going to be helpful and they're going to need it. So hopefully that's good enough for everybody. And I'm going to say a big thank you to everyone that did donate. I wish I had a total because it's really awesome to be able to sit here and say we made $6,000 for the guys. And again, we might have, I just don't want to say for sure when I don't know. And I hope that everybody can understand why I'm saying that I don't really feel comfortable asking them after the fact how much money they have, because I just don't think that's right. So hopefully everybody will understand that. There were a few things that I saw a few complaints overall. Last year we kind of used this time to get some feedback and see what people thought of everything. Overall, the response has been really great. I'm really thrilled with how happy everybody seems to have been with the show. I think a lot of people really had a great time. The one thing that I did see in a few chats, people complaining that there wasn't enough MAM stuff, not enough MAM related stuff. Okay, so I have a couple things to say about that. First off, when we selected these dates, our intention was to have the state's response out already. That would have been a big topic of discussion for us for this weekend. Unfortunately, because of delays, we haven't seen it yet. So that means there's very relatively super new material for us to discuss. That's why we did have some of the people on that have been getting those FOIA requests and some of the documents people haven't seen. But as far as actual new information, it's really hard to discuss that stuff that's brand new. And you can't say there wasn't anything MAM related because there was. And I would say, yeah, there's some off-topic stuff. It's 48 hours, okay? There's gonna be some off-topic stuff. But some of the stuff is very on topic. This started all the way on the kickoff with Air Cozy. When Sydney was on, someone was moaning already about it. And I was like, how rude are you? First off, this person is a sister of a murder victim and you just can't be cordial, can't be a civil human being. That just really did not set the tone for me as far as I was concerned. But if you think that Stephen Brendan's cases have nothing to do with wrongful convictions, then you're not paying attention.
I agree with that 100%, folks.
Yeah, I mean,
we're bringing you stories of wrongful convictions, not for any dumbass reason. We're bringing those stories to educate. So
right, that's it. And it starts. Ricky said that on the show yesterday with me. He said it starts with educating ourselves, learning about this, and especially when you have, and then you have someone like Doreen, whose son's still incarcerated. She knows exactly what the Averys are going through right now, and the Dasseys. She knows how they feel, how she's been fighting, and she's been beating her head against a wall. And so for her, she was so overwhelmed by it. She has been on 2020. She's been in Vanity Fair. She's been in the New York Post. She has done so many interviews, and I think she was more moved last night than she's ever been, because we got it. This wasn't going and doing an interview with a bunch of people who think she's just this crazy person who thinks there's corruption and how her son couldn't possibly be guilty. And, and she couldn't believe it, because when she said, well, you can try to explain the Brady violation. And I was like, these people get it. Trust me, I don't need to explain that to everyone. This is a very educated audience, and they understand what you're going through. Like, we have been looking at this case for 4 years. Like, we get that there's corruption. We're not going to question you at all. Like, you're not crazy. We understand this. And I think she finally felt like people got her and like understood what she's actually going through and beating her head up a wall. So I think she actually just found people that, that actually understand. And so, 2020 is going to certainly get a lot more viewers, but you're talking about a general.
Don't take the tree down.
Don't take the tree. Oh, she absolutely won't. You can see how emotional she got about the Christmas tree.
Yep.
And it means the world to her. So the fact that maybe we can just get John some letters. Lord knows we got a lot of great letter writers in our, in this community, just to show him some support. If maybe we can, like she wanted people to write the judge. Everybody knows my feelings on that. But you know what? She asked, that's what she wants. So you know what? I'm going to put it up there. If anybody feels like writing the judge, go ahead. I'm not going to say not to do it. In fact, Doreen has already contacted me, and she actually wants to come on again this week. And she wants to go over, she found those 911 transcripts, and she wants to go over some more documents. So I'm really going to have to learn how to show my screen to people. But she enjoyed it so much, and she got so much, support from it, that she wants to come on again right away and talk more in depth about it, and maybe get some more people to start talking about the case and get some more eyes on it. So I also told her, you won't find better researchers than you will in this community. If you need help with anything, all you need to do is, you don't even have to ask. People will start looking into stuff for you. So that's really cool that we could do that for somebody. Steve and Brendan were on Netflix, and they have, how many millions of people have watched Netflix, and how many hundreds of thousands of people have shown their support over the last 4 years. This is just one mom just trying to get people to pay attention.
Right.
So the fact that we could do that for her is just amazing. It makes me feel really good. Forget everything else. That makes me feel really good to have Ricky on, to have Jason on, people who, they said, give hope. They give hope. Someone like Sandy, who's been fighting for Steve for 15 years, and yeah, she's beating her head against the wall, and obviously the family, and yet to hear someone say, I was in prison for 23 years. Don't give up on, don't give up. And one thing, this is already probably more than I wanted to say, but one thing I really wanted to bring up, Ricky is amazing when it comes to speaking and coming up with some pretty awesome quotes. I told him, that's when I first asked him if he was going to write a book, because he's so good at coming up with things. And he didn't really come up with any yesterday that I noted, but the first time I talked to him, he said something that really meant the world to me, because I know as a supporter that sometimes I feel very helpless. Yeah, I can go on, I can talk about the case, things like that, but I do overall feel really helpless, because honestly, what am I doing? I can't get him out of prison. I wish I could, but it's been 4 years, and, we're still kind of spinning our wheels here. And I feel really helpless. And so as a supporter, I just felt like, am I really helping? And then Ricky said something that was really amazing. He said, it's not easy to give up on yourself when others aren't giving up on you. And he said that is what got him through when he was in prison. Knowing that other people weren't giving up on him kept him from giving up on himself. And again, I sat there and think like, wow, I never thought about how much just being a supporter can mean to somebody. And that's why, again, right to the guys, especially right now when they're more isolated than ever. Brendan still gets to get out a little bit. He still gets a little bit of yard time, but Steve doesn't get out at all. I mean, their meals, they get out once a week, I think, for a shower. Meals are in the cell. Everything's in the cell. He's not able to get out at all. So this is when they need like human contact the most. So please keep those letters coming. I know that they can put the addresses in the comments again, and also on the website. Again, MaM-a-Thon.org has everything. Donations don't have to happen just this weekend. They're good anytime, you know, so if you don't, it's really tight for everybody right now. If you don't have anything to give, that is fine. Just being a voice is great. But 6 months from now, if you do have something to give, remember, you can always go to the website and you can see the links there. So the only other couple things I wanted to say were that yesterday we neglected to mention, at least I didn't mention it. I don't know if anyone else did. Yesterday was actually the 13th anniversary of Brendan's conviction. So yeah, so I should have said a little extra something for Brendan there, being that 13 years ago he got heard those terrible words, guilty. So yeah, so I was just thinking about Brendan a little bit more today. And then
I could have dedicated my entire first segment to it, but
yeah. Well, I didn't know if you said it was specifically because of the anniversary of the conviction. Did you?
I didn't. Well, I'm just, if I had known that, that's what I would have done. But
yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, it's like I just didn't think about it, you know. And also, I don't want to forget Teresa. I know we talk about MaM-a-Thon, we talk about the guys, we talk about everything, and obviously, we don't want to forget Teresa, you know. And we kicked it off with Sharon and made a beautiful video dedicated to her. And so we just want to make sure in all of this that we never want Teresa to be forgotten, because she is the one that we care about. You know, we want justice for her, you know, and that's just as important as getting the guys out, is finding out who actually did this to this poor girl, you know. And then my final thing, and then I'll finally shut up, as everyone's just sitting there like, oh my God, stop. We've already picked dates for next year. So this time, save the date, put it on your calendar now so everybody's available. I'm sure we're not going to have a pandemic next year, so people will have maybe other things to do. But if we plan it ahead of time, we got some pretty amazing guests this year, so it'll be even better if we can get better guests if we know ahead of time, like what dates to save. So, oh, okay, well, sorry. I didn't know that was mentioned. I'm just saying I didn't mention it yesterday. So I'm sorry if it was mentioned. So the dates are going to be the same weekend next year. So April 23rd to April 25th for next year. So everybody keep that date open, and we're going to do this again, this crazy thing again. And I would like to say that we're not going to need to, but let's be real, you know, with the way things are moving, we're going to need to.
Can I say something?
Yeah, I'm done now. So you guys can go ahead.
Tracy, it's for you, Tracy. I saw your segment, and it was really, really, really emotional. And at my level, if I can help, I would like to invite your guest on my channel to share the story, and after I will translate in French, and I'm always looking for an international translator to help me on the channel. But if I can help to continue to talk about the story, and if I can help you, I invite all of them to come on my channel to share their story.
That's awesome, and I thank you, and I will let them know
normal.
that. And
it's normal, totally normal.
Yeah. And so, yeah, so just a reminder that I'm hoping Doreen's going to let me know what day works for her, but hopefully I can have her on this week again. And I hope a lot of people can join me to show her some support again, because they said she really kind of wants to show us some more stuff. We just touched the surface on that case, if you can believe it. I mean, all the stuff you heard, and it's not even a drop in the bucket of what actually all went on in that case. So, yeah, so be here for that. Keep an eye on it if you can. But with that, I think I'm pretty much done with what I got to say. I'm going to stick around and see if there's anything else that anybody else has anything to say, but that's all I got.
Tracy, thank you for reaching out. Thanks for letting me be a part of it. It was wonderful, and people start planting the seeds now for next year. If you want, you know, like big superstar guests, start right now getting them for next year. And you know, it only takes one person, you know, just one person that might hear someone's story that could do something really good. You know, you never know who's watching your channel. I mean, Jerome could be doing something with someone from the United States, and someone over there could see. I mean, you just don't know who's watching, who's going to hear the story. So it's really important for people, I mean, like Nosy and Jinx and them to talk about it and get a channel. And even if you got 5 people watching, you know, somebody might see, you know.
Exactly.
So I appreciate you guys having me on. It's a great community. So Tracy, thank you. Thank you, everybody.
It was great to have you. Thanks for stepping in.
Yep.
Thanks to
Good
you,
job
Rupert.
to all the hosts and all the guests, and it was another very successful MaM-a-Thon. So very proud to be a part of that. And obviously, we'll be looking forward to another good one next year. So another great one next year. So
Hugh had a question here. Do you want to?
let's see here.
We need to get Kardashian. There we go. I see her name in there. That's who we need to shoot
I
for
was
next
trying
year.
to tweet at her this weekend.
Which one?
Yeah, who wants Kim Kardashian on their show?
That'll be all you, Hollywood, because God knows I try to get her attention. She ain't answering me. So I'll stick with Amanda Knox.
Hi, Sydney. It's good to see you.
So he was asking, I've seen many people making comments that I'd like to contact. Generally not a problem unless an alias is used, but in other cases, who would be the best person to ask as a facilitator? I assume you're talking about some of the Redditors that don't go by their own real given birth names. So that is tricky, Hugh, because personally with me, I consider the Redditors' identities sacred.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. You hit me up in private message. Tell me who you want to contact, and I'll see if I can get them to contact you. How's that?
Well said.
And also, I know at least for my guests, and I'm sure others can do this too, I'm probably going to post on the website some of the contact information for the guests that I had on, their websites, things that I put up during the actual broadcast that I'll put in the Facebook group as well. So that, like I said, if you want to write any letters to John, or if you want to check out Ricky's website or follow Jason on Instagram, then you can have that information if you missed it during the broadcast. So I'll make sure to put that up, and all the other hosts are welcome to do the same for their guests.
All right.
Oh, wait, was there another question? Can you announce that there will be a continuous play link on the website along with last year's? Okay, yeah, last year Julie put together a playlist of all of the segments, and so she's going to do that again this year, and it'll be up on the website when it's available. Which anyone that wants to sit through 40 hours straight, go for it. Yeah, a lot of people did actually, probably. Yes, when I have Dorian, it'll be on my channel, Nicole. Yeah, I'll put something in the Facebook group when it's on, and then it'll be on my channel when it's ready. Like I said, I told her she said this week, but I don't know, but that's what she said. So, but I'll let you know as soon as we do. And then I'm going back into retirement for a while.
Oh, Stacy's going to be, is he really? That's good. Because folks, I got to show you, this is hilarious. This was Stacy last year after MaM-a-Thon ended.
Oh no.
Nobody knew.
1 hour later.
So it looks like he decided to solve his own problem this year. So I can't wait. I'll be over there.
Oh gosh.
7 pairs of panties. She said, I think Beauting and Straying should come on next year. My understanding is that Beauting has, Paul, why don't you answer this? Because you talked to Beauting about it. I think he said that once the whole thing's done and the appeals are done, then he might consider it. But no one's coming on as long as there's an open case. But Paul, what do you have to say on that?
Yeah, I spoke to him first of all in Amsterdam and obviously in Edinburgh, and obviously he was saying the fact that because he is going to be called as a witness, obviously, for ineffective assistance of counsel, that he has to be very careful what he can say. So he's not completely sort of rejected the idea, and I've spoken to the dude about possible ways around that. But let's wait and see what transpires. But it would be good to reach out to Jerry and to say again, how about coming on and doing something. with the dude.
And Dean is not a social media guy, so I can think you can probably just cross off Dean right away. But Jerry obviously is very involved in social media, so I'm sure once he feels like it's ethically okay for him to do it, I'm sure he'll consider it. But yeah, I don't think anybody close to the case is going to do anything right now, as long as the case is still active.
Right. But Jerry,
I also wonder if maybe Jerry is a bit sort of concerned that the dude went all the way to Australia to give Steve Drizzen a T-shirt, but he's never been anywhere near Jerry with a T-shirt yet. So
we can blame Eric Cozy for him not coming on.
But you got close to him with a T-shirt, Paul, because I have a picture of him holding one up.
Yes. Yes, that was in Amsterdam as well, and he was happy to hold it up and sign the book for me, And also he was very grateful. I gave him a tie at Edinburgh. You know what I'm like with giving away ties. So I gave him one of my ties, and hopefully he'll wear that at some point in the future. So, mind you, I also sent Sheriff Herman a tie, and I've not seen any pictures of him wearing it. So you never know.
Jerome has everything. He's prepared for anybody you bring up. He's got something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you got Dr. Sandra Lean's book?
So is there anything else before we wrap it up? Any other questions? Anybody have?
Well, I've got a question for Eric Cozy, actually.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Thoughts, please, dude, on how things have sort of developed when you consider way back somebody in your studio wearing a kilt, trying to persuade people to come forward and talk about the case.
I'd say I finally reached fruition.
So could you put the kilt back on as a celebration?
Can I put the kilt back on as a celebration? You know what? Yeah, fine. Since MaM-a-Thon was such a success, I'll do that sometime coming up here soon.
Without the white socks, ankle socks.
Right? And then, but here's the catch, Paul. Here's the catch. You have to send a sporin from Scotland.
I'll see what I can do.
I would just settle for the darker socks.
As soon as I receive the sporin, we're on. And then I'll be a cold ass hungry, right, Jerome?
Right.
No, you'll be an Eric Cozy.
Eric Cozy.
Oh, I love it. All right.
Oh my gosh.
It's been a great time, folks. And I got to say, it was a really fun way to end the MaM-a-Thon, laughing it up with you guys. And thank you, everybody out there in the live chats. I've been seeing you guys on everybody's live all weekend. Thank you for the support. It's been phenomenal. And everybody head over to Stacy's channel. I'm eager to see what he's got for the little caboose, or the little bumper here on MaM-a-Thon. So I'm very excited about that. Hope to see you all there. Thank you guys for being here.
Thanks to you, Mr. Cozy.
Hold on, before you go. Charlie J74, thank you. I just I'm going to say it here. I'm not going to say it on my channel, but I leave on Tuesday to go to Florida for this Tiger King stuff. So pay attention, because when I get down there, there's going to be a lot of things happening. And hopefully I make it back.
Right. Media, folks.
We stay in touch.
He needs you to raise the alarm if he doesn't make it back. So make sure you're watching.
That's right. That's right. That's exactly right.
You be careful, because there's some hungry tigers down there.
Yeah. Yes, there are. There really is.
And they say there's only hand-sized meat grinders, but they're lying.
Yeah.
They are lying. I can prove it. I can prove they're lying. Yeah. All right,
folks. Keep your eye on Johnny this week, especially on Tuesday when he gets to Florida. All righty.
See
you guys know the song and dance. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe. We'll see you.
Cheers.
Paul, take care, buddy. See you.
So that was the wrap-up of MaM-a-Thon there. You see how I brought in a lot of the hosts, and we were just kind of joking around, laughing, and having, some fun. and that sort of stuff. And at the end there, obviously Hollywood there, Mr. Ripper, Jack Media there, he's quite a jokester, and he was creating quite a bit of hilarity there. But it was just a good time where we were just all having a great time and reminiscing on what a great weekend it was, and it was beautiful. And ultimately, in the end, I played that clip last year that Stacy had made when it was all over of him there, there's no more lives, kind of thing. So that was great. And the last thing I'm going to show you here is I'm going to go ahead and play 3 songs from the live that Stacy Seabrook did, and we'll go ahead and play 3 of those songs here for you. And but wanted to point out, do you guys see Jerome holding up hilarious, holding up the thing I say at the end of my videos? If you haven't done so already, please hit subscribe. Anyways, great stuff, hilarious stuff. It's how close knit our community is and how much we get along and like each other that adds to our effectiveness as supporters as well. So anyway, okay, here we go. We're gonna get 3 songs from Mr. Stacy Seabrook. One of them is The Prize, which I think that song is so funny, particularly the I can do whatever I want, underline that in your boldest font, right? Yeah. So anyways, yeah, great one. Anyways, here we go, 3 songs from the closing by Mr. Stacy Seabrook.
Okay, how does this one go? Tick tock, tick, tick. Oh yeah, okay. Tick tock, Man-a-Thon. Your silence breeds complacency. Tick tock, Man-a-Thon. On Stephen Avery, he shall walk free again. Where to start, I don't know. So long ago, seems they had their sights on Avery. Should have been out, oh, there is no doubt. All those involved lacked integrity. Tick tock, Man-a-Thon. What kind of message you trying to send? Tick tock, Man-a-Thon. Truth always comes out in the end. Oh, like a curse, October 31st, so they say. Something went down, maybe planned, not well rehearsed still. They got murder in the first, in the story I can't believe. Tick tock, Man-a-Thon. It was all fabricated, don't you see? Tick tock, Man-a-Thon. The blood, the bones, the key. Tick tock, Man-a-Thon. Tick tock, Man-a-Thon. Tick tock, Man-a-Thon. Something like that. And we want to keep in our minds all those people involved in the case. My motivation, I have empathy for everyone, but I really think of the corruption that I believe added and created this whole thing. So, but there's a lot of people involved in this thing now. So, but let's hope Stephen and Brendan, they get out of there soon and they stay healthy. And it'd be cool. I hope everyone's singing along. Wisconsin can be so cold. Scales of justice can erode. We accept lies big and bold. All we forget, we live on Avery Road. We live on Avery Road. Should be easy to see. This could be you, could be me. We shouldn't sit by idly, accepting everything, all that we are told. I live on Avery Road. I live on Avery Road. On Avery Road. I love that line. That you could just get. I love that line in there. It's just so simple, and it comes out so nice. Should be easy to see. This could be you, could be me. Yeah, I love that one. There's certain things that come out in the songs, and that's one of those things. Oh, the prize. Let's try this prize goes. Ooh, I'm the prize. Ooh, I'm the prize. I'm the prize. Come and feast your eyes. I know you all fantasize about me, sweaty. Ooh, how I fantasize, 'cause I'm the prize. Oh, I'm the prize. I'm an upstanding member of community. I've got prosecutorial immunity. I can do whatever I want. Underline that in your boldest font. I got the backing of the state and the might to win. Even if I'm popping Vicodin, and it don't matter how shoddy the science. I'm too busy now sexting my clients, 'cause I'm the prize. Ooh, I'm the prize. I can put you away before your trial begins. I tell the media all your sins. It don't matter if what I say is true. They believe me, and so do you. I can do anything. I'm above the law. I can do things that'll drop your jaw. I can hide things that I'm supposed to disclose. It don't matter if everybody knows, 'cause I'm the prize. Ooh, I'm the prize. Did I happen to mention immunity? I control everything that the defense sees. I can cheat, I can lie, I can fabricate, and I can hide. I'm the prize. Ooh, I'm the prize. The sweaty sweat, I'm the prize. I literally haven't done that one for, I have no idea how long.
Okay, so there you have it, folks. That was the kind of the way MaM-a-Thon got wrapped up. If you want to see what other songs that Stacy did during his closing segment over there, go over to his channel and check it out. Give it a look. All right. It was a lot of fun. he did a lot of songs. He did a really good job on them. It was just a great atmosphere for the end of the event, and so everybody that hasn't, go over there and check it out. Be looking forward to me uploading my segment with Jeff Young, Magilla, and Rule, going over the dogs and that sort of stuff. That will be coming pretty soon. You know, everybody stay safe out there. Be good. Keep supporting Brendan and Steven. You know, keep talking about it. And all that stuff that, you know, I've been saying for so long until I'm blue in the face. But I'll keep saying it because it's important. Anyways, if you haven't already, please hit subscribe. And we'll see you.